Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to another video. Today, something a bit different. I am going to perfectly predict all the results from the remaining games of Manchester City and Liverpool. Now, I'm not going to say bet all your money on what I suggest here because it's a perfect suggestion. Because, yeah, please don't. There's a reason why I don't do sports betting. Just for those new to the channel, I am a Liverpool fan. You can probably tell from the accent. But I will try to be non-biased as possible. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the big one at the weekend, tomorrow, that's the weekend. Smashed it. We got Man City, Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final. I'm going to whiz through these a lot. I want to see, and I want you to have a go in the comments, please. I want to see how close anybody can get to the actual results and scorelines. Okay, so Man City, Liverpool, generally speaking, I think it's... In the last 3 seasons, I think there's like a point difference between the two teams. They are on a level. But for me, against each other, I think Man City are better. I just think their system suits the matchup better. But we rested, I think, we made 7 changes for the Champions League game. I think for Man City, it's probably the least important thing they're going for. I think the Champions League is obviously the big one. So I think Liverpool are going to have the edge here. I think they're going to field as maybe a stronger team or a fitter team. So I'm going to go for a 3-1. It's all over the place, this, isn't it? It's all over the place. I'm going for a 3-1 Liverpool in that game. So Liverpool to reach the FA Cup final. Now let's go through Man City's game. So now here's my problem. Obviously I want Liverpool to win the league. But I don't see Man United dropping many points. Because they're not playing Crystal Palace, obviously, or Spurs. So, Man City, Brighton, at home, they've got home games, so many home games as well. I'm going to go for I don't think they're going to blow a lot of teams away at this point of the season. I think it's just, as Liverpool are doing, just getting the wins. Doesn't have to be the prettiest. You're not trying to smash teams, just get them done. So, I'm going to go for a 2-0 here. I'm going to go... Oh, it's Watford, they are bad, aren't they? After all I've just said, I think it's 4-2. I don't think they're going to blow them away. I just think it's Watford. Now, Man City, Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. I think Man City are going to destroy Real Madrid. Now, this may come back to haunt me because Real Madrid always seem to find a way in the finals. But my reasoning behind this is over the 2 legs, I think Chelsea were by far the better team versus Real Madrid. They just had moments. Chelsea didn't put away enough of their chances. And even the Real Madrid-PSG game, PSG arguably were the better team for 3 halves out of the 4. I know that sounds weird, but you know what I mean. And they just found a way. But I think Man City are going to rip them apart. So the home leg, I'm going for a 3-1. And then the away leg, they've got the lead. I think it's going to be like a 1-1. A 1-1, I think, and I think it'll be pretty comfortable on Man City's side. Now, Leeds are an interesting one. They found some form, haven't they? They've got the new guy in, the American guy. He's undefeated for 4 games. This could be... Is this the one that they drop points? I think, arguably, it's the most likely game. Maybe West Ham, but West Ham might have their sights set on other games. 2-2. I'm going for a 2-2. Okay, a Desmond. I'm going for a Desmond for the Leeds game. Man City versus Newcastle. I think by this point, I think Newcastle are, they're 10 points clear already. They're going to be safe. They've got nothing to play for. I think this is another comfortable 2-0. Nice clean sheet. West Ham City. Watching West Ham in Europe is like a blast from the past. I've loved it so much. And obviously, my mate's Jared Bowen, so I'm very happy for him. But I'm going to go... I don't think their eye's going to be on this. I think this is almost a free hit. I don't think they're going to get beaten, and I think they'll score a goal, a 2-1 to Man City. And then the final league game of the season... it would be nice. It would be some sort of poetic justice for Liverpool fans after the Slippy G incident that he manages to get a result over Man City the last game of the season to give Liverpool the title. That would be epic, but that's not going to happen. I think defensively Aston Villa have looked a little bit shaky. I think I want to put a 4. I want to put a 4. It's last game of the season though, so it will be Yeah, it's going to be nervy just because it's the Man City, but it's the last game of the season. But I still think they're going to beat Aston Villa. I don't think they're strong enough at the back. Now, Liverpool's games are, on paper, more difficult. Obviously, Man United haven't had a very good season. I'm not going to bang on about Man United as much, as fun as it is. But Man United fans know. But it's just a massive game regardless. It doesn't matter if Liverpool were the championship team. This is a massive game. But I still think Liverpool are strong enough to beat Manchester United. But I think it will be a bit cagey. We're going for a 2-1. Liverpool Everton, again, same thing. But Everton are absolute dog shit. Like, unbelievable dog shit. I'm going for a 3... You know what? I think Liverpool conceding too many goals at the moment. So I'm going for a 3-1. Now, Liverpool versus Villarreal. Unai Emery's done amazing. They got... I really love Danjuma. I watched him a lot when he was at Bournemouth, and I think he's a really good player. And they've done remarkably well. But I think Liverpool are strong enough to see this through. And I think it'll be a 2-0 in the first leg. And sort of similar to that, you get you get a lead away from home and you play it carefully. I'm going to go for I think a 2-2, so Liverpool will get through. Again, same as Man City playing Newcastle. They've not got a great deal. I know a lot of those players are playing for their future, literally, but I don't think they've got enough. I think I'm going to give them a cagey affair, but I think Liverpool are going to scrape through. This is the game that I have the biggest issue with as a Liverpool fan. Spurs are on a bit of a tear. They look really good. They play the right style when needed that can beat Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool play a high line. We play the offside trap. But when you've got the likes of Harry Kane pinging passes to Son and the likes, I just think they're going to beat Liverpool. I know it's at Anfield, but I just think they're going to have too much. And I think it's going to be something weird. I think it's going to be something like a 4-1. It's not going to be that much of a one-sided game, but I think Liverpool will go down and then have to really go attacking and then just get caught on the break repeatedly. So I'm going 4-1 Spurs. Okay. Villa Liverpool. Obviously, Gerrard's going to play his under-12 side so we can get a win. I'm going to go for a 2-0 here. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but I still think we'll win. Southampton, probably one of the most difficult teams to predict because I wouldn't be at all surprised if it was a draw. I also wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool won 9-0. So, which side of the fence? I'm going to go for like a... Southampton are perfectly safe, aren't they? Yeah, they're 12 points off relegation. I think it's... I'm going for another solid 2-1. 2-1. They'll get a late goal. A little bit of panic, but it'll be fine. And then Liverpool, Wolves, I don't think Wolves have... they could go for Europe. They're still in that chance of European spot. But I think Liverpool will be too strong for Wolves. I think Liverpool suit the way Wolves play. They're a more contained side. That's okay. I'm going to go for a 3-1 on the final game of the season, which means Man City win the league, which is... I think they're still big favourites for... Like, the fact that I had to kind of, will they drop a point? Okay, I'm going to say they lead. Like, the fact I'm looking for something where they might drop points. But they could easily go and win every single game of the season. So, yeah. So, sadly, Manchester City aren't going to win that. So, but Liverpool obviously winning the FA Cup. So, we need to do the other, which is Chelsea Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace... Patrick Vieira is, for me, 100% should be manager of the season. Because if you go back to the beginning of the season, when 9 of their players were out of contract, Patrick Vieira no one was sure about what sort of job he was going to do. I think they have been exceptional. They've made great signings. They've got a good young team. Vieira seems to be doing bits. He should be manager of the season, regardless of how the season ends. But... saying that, Chelsea will be too strong for them and get a 2-0 win. And then the FA Cup final will be between Chelsea and Liverpool. And I think Liverpool have got the beating of Chelsea. I think they're just a better all-round team. And it's after the league's finished, right? So we would have just lost the league. And I think that might spur us into action. And I'm going to go for a solid 3-1 to Liverpool. And then just a little game at the end of the season, like a sort of end of season friendly, if you will. It's going to be Manchester City, Liverpool in the Champions League final. I can't see past Man City. I know the only thing that helps me is that they've not won the Champions League. And we have recently. And that helps. We've been in finals recently. Okay, I'm going to go for a Desmond Tutu. And it goes to penalties. And you've got two of the world's best goalkeepers. And it's lucky dip at this point. But maybe it's the pessimist in me. Man City win on penalties. That is how. So, Liverpool win the FA Cup and win the League Cup. Man City win the League and the Champions League. It's not ideal, but it's my honest opinion of how these games play out. Please, in the comments, leave your suggestions on where you think the final games of the season are. It's been a hell of a season. I think the whole rivalry discussion's been very interesting because some people are like, oh, it's not a rivalry unless they're trying to punch the shit out of each other, which I just totally disagree with. A rivalry, for me, is just two teams that have a history going at it. And for the last 4 or 5 years, it's been Liverpool, Man City going at it hammer and tongue. That's a massive rivalry. I'm not going to compare it to Arsenal, Man United. That was a lot longer and, you know, they had a bit of bitterness in there and stuff. I just think it's a great rivalry. And I do think, arguably, it's the two best teams in squads of players in Premier League history. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm biased. It's very subjective, but it's up there, right? It's inarguable that it's up there in terms of the quality of the two sides. So, yeah, Liverpool this season will do the double, and I will be incredibly disappointed. Well, that's yeah. No, it'll be a good season. Like it's a good. I'm a kind of a. I love football to bits, and I also know that it's kind of one of the least important things in my life. So I will be gutted if we don't win the league or the Premier or the Champions League. But winning 2 domestic cups is great, and we've had another fantastic season. And if Man City didn't have their Brazilians and have the squad and the great manager that they have, this Liverpool team would be just absolutely dominating the league for the last 4 or 5 years. So at least it makes it interesting, even if they go and end up beating us. Let me know what you think of my predictions in the comments. I know this is a football chat, so generally I watch a lot of football YouTube, and the comments are like cesspools of people just abusing each other. Be respectful. Don't be a dickhead. We can all have different opinions, you know, but after all, they are opinions. So you're not right. I'm not right. That's my opinion, okay? So just be respectful and let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen to the end of the season. Also, just as a side note, let me know who you think manager of the season is. Because even if Liverpool, maybe if Liverpool with the quadruple, give it to Klopp. But like, Liverpool should be up there. They're arguably the first or second best team in the league. So them coming first, beating Man City is an amazing achievement. But Crystal Palace sitting 10th in the league with the season everybody expected them to have, I just think is astonishing, and I'm looking forward to what they do next year. Right, there we go, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Generally, I do lots of Football Manager content, but on Fridays we talk about sometimes Football Manager, sometimes just random football stuff. So let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one. Come on, Liverpool. It's gonna be horrible.